don't tell me I'm pretty for a black girl. You can call me pretty, but you can't say I'm pretty for a black girl. Hey YouTube, it's Arissa and I'm back with another video. Today I'm not going to be doing my hair. It's going to be a little bit of a different type of video. This time I'm going to be talking about things you should never say to a black girl. I hope some of you guys can relate to what I'm about to say, and if this offends you, I'm really sorry. It's not meant to be offensive. If anything, I want you to be able to learn, I guess, from what I'm saying. Like, it's supposed to be kind of humorous, just to, like, I don't know, lighten the mood. But in all seriousness, it's still, I wouldn't be doing this video if it wasn't an actual issue. If you've ever said any of these things to me, I'm not mad at you. Like, I don't dislike you or anything, because it happens like every day. If I'm like bringing this up, it's because it's happened like hundreds of times. I'm not even kidding. So if you've ever said any of these things to me, don't feel offended or like I'm targeting you. Just help me help you. I'm trying to help you out. So with all that being said, let's just get started. First thing you should never ever say, especially when you're around a black girl, is I've heard this a lot recently when it's like starting to become summertime and girls are getting tan and they're just like, oh no, I'm getting dark, like I don't want to get dark, I better stay in the shade. And really? You're gonna say that around me? Like, personally, I like getting darker. I like the extra melanin, okay? But if you're gonna say that around me, I just be looking at people like, why? You know, why? How is it bad to get darker? Like, why is that such a horrible thought to you? Like, I don't understand. But when people say it around me, I honestly get pretty mad. Okay, the second thing that you should never ever say to a black girl is, you don't act like a black girl. First of all, how am I gonna act, like, how do you act black? Like, I know there's like those stereotypes, how a black girl is supposed to act like loud and what the media perpetuates a black girl to be, but how are you gonna like take the media standards of a black girl and like apply that to your everyday person? Like, obviously that just don't even make no sense, because like people always tell me you don't act black, or you're smart for a black girl, or you're, I don't know, what do people say? You're smart for a black girl, like you don't act like a black girl, you're quiet for a black girl. I hear that all the time. And I'm just like, I just don't understand. But like, I know you, like, there's that stereotype, but at the same time, you can't just be putting that on people. Like, people are gonna get really mad. So you better be lucky that I'm nice, because if you say that to somebody else, you might get punched. So if you ever say that to somebody, you just better, you know. One that I get a lot is, like, people mean it as a compliment, so I kind of understand that, but when you say it, it's like a microaggression. I don't take that as a compliment, because there's like a little underlying message and you're telling me, sorry, I better just say it. When people say, you're so pretty, what are you mixed with? First part of that comment was a compliment, but then when you say like, what are you mixed with, then you're implying that I have to be mixed with something to be pretty. Why can't I be just black and pretty? You know what I mean? So why do I have to be something else? Why do I have to be biracial to be pretty? You know what I mean? And I am biracial, but when you say that to me, I just feel like, or when people say, what are you mixed with? I mean, like, that's a valid question. I ask people that too, but I make sure that they know that I'm not just saying that because I think they're pretty only because they're mixed. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like that doesn't make sense to a lot of people because I hear it so often, but y'all just better let that sink in. Okay, this one, I probably get this question about once a week or more. When people say, is that all your hair? That is so disrespectful to me. Like, I know you're saying like my hair is pretty or I have a lot of hair, which is kind of obvious, but when we're in public and you're gonna ask me if this is my hair, you wouldn't ask that to anybody else. Like, that just is disrespectful. What if I asked like some random person, is that all your hair? Are you wearing a wig? Are you wearing a weave? That's just rude. So why would you ask it to me? I don't understand. And sometimes it'll just be the stranger, the cashier at 7-Eleven. This is a really weird question. Is that all your hair? I didn't know what to say, cause like they mean it in a nice way, but they kind of put you on the spot. There's other people around, and you're in public, and then they just like hit you. Or some people will pull you aside and do it on the down low, which I can understand that. Like you're really curious and you want to know, but like if I know you, that's okay. But if you're just a total stranger and you're curious, like I don't know, like in some ways I can understand it, but it's still disrespectful because like I don't know you. Another thing you should never say to a black girl, when you say your hair is so weird and you're like playing with their hair, it's so weird. How are you going to use the word weird to describe my hair and expect me to take that as a compliment? Some people will be playing with my hair and be like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. But when you say it's weird, like what do you want me to say? Thanks? I feel like I'm at a petting zoo and you're playing with my hair. That's just rude, y'all. Somebody got to take a seat because that's just disrespectful. And I don't know if your parents never taught you this when you were younger, but that's not really okay. It really be grown people who be saying that to me sometimes. And I've gotten used to it, but then I remember that that's not okay. Don't tell me my hair is weird. This grew out of my head just like this. Just because this is something you don't see every day doesn't mean it's weird. It's just how it naturally came out of my head. Anyways, this one, some people say to me and I just get really confused. Like when you say, how did you curl your hair like that? You just shouldn't say that to anybody because you sound dumb. First of all, this is clearly my natural hair. You really think I went and curled every individual? This is how it is. I'm trying to help you out. Don't say that to a black girl. Don't ask them how they curled their hair because chances are they didn't curl their hair. Chances are that's just their hair. This one is my biggest pet peeve, and only a couple people have dared to say this to me, but I do know that it gets said a lot because I'm not the only one who's experienced this, okay? When people say, you're pretty for a black girl. Like, man, why can't I just be pretty? Why you gotta say the second part? Like, you could have left that out. And then there's those people who want to defend it and say, oh, that's just not their type. So they're just saying like, oh, you're pretty for a black girl, but my type is like white girl or something. No matter what, it's rude. Like, don't say that to me. Don't tell me I'm pretty for a black girl. You can call me pretty, but you can't say I'm pretty for a black girl. That's the one thing that I will actually get really mad if you say. The other ones are just like, oh my gosh, like kind of annoying, and like I kind of just brush it off and that kind of thing. But this one, like, don't ever say that to anybody. So anyways, black girls are pretty too. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you didn't get offended or any of that. If you got offended, you should have exited this video a long time ago. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Girls, if you can relate, make sure you leave me a comment down below, or actually leave a comment saying one of your biggest pet peeves that people say to you if you're black, or if you're any other ethnic group, any minority or person of color. Leave something down below and say what you should never say to a blank, because I would love to read that and I'll definitely respond. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you didn't get offended. Honestly, this was meant to be like a light video, but at the same time spilling some truth. Like, stay woke, you guys. Also, make sure you comment down below like any video requests that you have, because I'm running out of ideas. So, but I do want to do a video because I just got a nape undercut, so I'm gonna do some hairstyles to show off that undercut. If you haven't seen the video already, I will link it down below. It's like a vlog of when I got my head shaved off. So that was my last video. Go check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. This is a happy end.